63% of men under 30 are single, and I find it absolutely saddening and absolutely terrible that this large percentage of men are single and they can't find love, they can't find intimacy, they can't find something that we deep down all want so much. And I looked up even more and it said about 80% have given up on dating completely. 80% of men have given up on dating completely. How sad is that? How sad is that in this generation, men can't even get that intimacy, that love, that connection that they deep down want and they deep down work for, and they're stressed out and they're working all the time and they're trying to better themselves and they're trying to help themselves and they can't even get that, the average man at least. And it begs a bigger question. Why is that? Why can't they get that love that they truly desire? Why can't they get that? And I'm going to say a large factor to do with this is physical attraction in this modern day, and also a woman wanting to date up. So what you find in this generation is a lot of women want to date someone who's in a better position than them in a certain area. So let's say, for example, guys in good shape. That's quite hard to come by. That's quite a low percentage of men in this modern day. So when a girl sees a guy who's in really good shape and who takes care of himself, she might be all over that because that's so rare to the average guy. The average guy isn't in good shape, he doesn't take care of himself. So therefore, she won't want him. When you can get a guy who's got a good body, who builds himself, who takes care of himself. Let's say on a money perspective, girls can get guys who make a lot of money now, and they don't even have to put in as much effort now. Therefore, they can get a guy who has this amount of money, who's solidified, and then they won't mess with a guy who's on the come up or doesn't have much money or just works a normal job. They don't want to mess with guys like that. And it's crazy, really, when you think about it, because of social media, that all this is going on. I feel like social media has absolutely ruined everything. Everybody's got access to your girl now. Everyone's got access to your girl. How crazy is that? This is what I was deep in the other day. Everyone's got access to the girl I was in. Everybody's got access to her through Instagram, through TikTok, through Snapchat, through all these different things, through Facebook. Whereas back in the day, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have people who are able to get within that connection or change that connection. And then you bear in mind you got the friends involved and different people involved. Therefore, they can just get involved and change people's minds on their own perspective from their own opinion and change the person you're seeing's mind on you. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And social media has absolutely ruined the core values of a relationship. The masculine energy, the feminine energy, how you two connect. That's one of the most beautifulest things you can get. You as a man in your masculine energy, and then the girls in their feminine energy. That's one of the most beautiful things you can get in this life. And a lot of guys have not experienced that. A lot of guys haven't even experienced anything near that. And I just find that so sad, because I remember when I hadn't experienced any love or any intimacy years ago, I was broken. I hated myself. I had no confidence. I didn't look at myself in the mirror with happiness or with gratitude. I looked at myself as an idiot, as terrible, as shit. And I can't imagine how a lot of these guys are feeling as they get older, and that starts drifting away more and more and more. The connection they deep down want starts drifting away more and more and more. And it's just one of these things that I just feel is truly terrible and truly sad that it's got to this point in this generation that it's this bad. It is this bad now. That a high percentage can't even get anything now. How terrible is that? And I feel like it is all to do with social media. The pollution that we're putting in our brains. The women don't have role models. They don't have good role models now. Their role models are shaking their ass. That's their role models, or on OnlyFans. So you can't put the blame on them. And if you were in their position, you would go for the best guys as well. The guys who's tallest, who's in best shape, who's got the most money. Of course you would. Of course you would. You can't say I wouldn't. Because let's say you had about 10 different options of pretty girls. All different ones. Rating through the scale of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What are you going to do? You're going to alternate, or you're going to pick the best one. And it's sad, man. It's sad to see guys can't get what they truly want. And all I can say in this video, because it's not completely negative, I'm never going to be completely negative, is build yourself up. Make yourself to that guy that's able to attract that girl that you want. For example, me getting in shape, building that physique, building the body that I wanted, has been able to attract the girls that I want. Me having a bit of money in the background has been able to attract the girls that I want. Have I got a good job? Am I making loads of money? Not necessarily, but I've built up a good thing behind me, and I've got ambition, and I'm trying to work towards stuff, and women are attracted to that, especially when you're in shape and you take care of yourself. Women are attracted to that. But if you have nothing going for you, how can you expect a girl to come in your life and want to be in your life? You can't. You can't at all. And I see this with guys all the time. They play the victim. They play the victim. They blame, they blame, they blame, they blame. But you're the one to blame. It's your life. It's what you do. You can't have someone take care of everything. You got to put in that effort. You got to show yourself. You got to do things for people. You got to build yourself. More importantly, you got to stand out in this modern day. What makes you stand out? Are you in good shape? Do you make good money? Are you confident? Are you charismatic? Unfortunately, you need quite a few of these things nowadays. You need to at least be in shape and be charismatic to get a girl. Easy. Or be charismatic. You need that as well. Because I know guys who are extremely charismatic and they're able to get different women. But they have to try a lot harder than the guy who takes care of himself or is in shape. Just take the motivation from this video, because in my life I've got good women. Take motivation from this video, like you can attract a good girl, but you gotta have that mindset that you gotta improve. You gotta understand that you need to be the best version you can be. It's not one of these things now where you can slip off and you can hide away, because you're not gonna attract who you truly want. You're not gonna get what you truly want then. Thank you for watching.